Welcome. This is episode 5 of our Owner Dynasty podcast interview section. This is going to be a Bay Area Dynasty League related video. I'm here with Coach Slocum,
What it do?
the Blaqk Panthurs manager. Me and Slocum, we met at Moreau Catholic High School coaching football together, just in case some people don't know. So what's up, Slocum?
Oh man, just chilling, man. Still coaching. Still looking for quality coaches like yourself.
I don't know if I can make that commute from SoCal up to the Bay, but Slocum is head coach at Gunn High School now.
Gunn High School now. Yeah.
Gunn High School. So if anyone
Takes
is
a lot of time, man. Just working with these kids. Gunn is different. Gunn is different. So, their focus there is their academics, and so it's just a different different look, man. It's okay, man. I'm building some good relationships with some of these kids, but it's different.
It's different. Yeah, we had some good times at Moreau. Some good times.
Oh man, indeed.
So we'll just get started right off the top. What got you into football?
What, coaching football or playing football?
Just football in general.
Man, just growing up, and I started off playing at the youth league with my uncles and my cousin. My uncle and my cousin were coaches, and then man, they were tough. They were tough. My cousin would kind of get on me, yell at me and stuff, and so started there probably about 10, maybe 11, and just started playing football throughout, in the Fresno area, of course. So,
and
just getting it. Mm-hmm.
You even went on to play college ball, didn't you?
Yeah, I played 2 years at Fresno City College and then 2 years at University of Montana up in Missoula. Yeah.
How was that? What was that like?
It was culture shock. It was different, but it was a lot of guys from the Bay Area, and it was some guys from the Bay Area, from Southern Cal that were there. That were some African American guys that I met and built some relationships with. So it was a little support system in place, but it was a little tough, but it is what it is.
Hey, I mean, you're one of the rare group of people who got to play college ball. Not everyone can say that, so that's
right.
Pretty cool.
Well, I was trying to go to Texas Southern University, but a buddy and I did a trip there, and then we went out there and everything, had a great time, and then I had made a decision to go there, but maybe the coach had a change of heart. He didn't contact me back, so then I made the choice to go to Montana.
What position did you play when you played?
Corner. Play corner, yeah.
Slot, outside, specialist.
Oh man, it didn't matter. Inside, outside, it didn't matter. I'm getting my hands on you. My players right now, they look, Coach, you didn't play corner. They look at me, you played linebacker. I said, no, I play corner. And I tell them I ran a 4.49 and a low 4.5. And no, you didn't, Coach. I'm like, yes, I did.
Yeah, a lot of kids, they don't always believe what we did when we played. But
yeah, I just had one of my players. He's just going to school. He's not going to be playing football at the next level. He did a trip to Montana, University of Montana.
Nice.
So he said he was looking for my name in all the record books. And, Coach, you talk like you was big shit. You was big shit. I'm like, hey man, I was big shit, but everybody don't get in the record books.
Yeah, that's true. So what's your favorite football team?
My favorite football team?
I know the answer, but
Dallas Cowboys.
Them boys.
Yeah, them boys, man. I used to sit in my grandfather and watch them way back in the day. And so I just, and they were the team that was on the most, along with probably the Pittsburgh Steelers and probably the Raiders a little bit then too. But, was attracted to that star, man, that blue star. You know what I'm saying?
The blue and silver. Yeah.
Yeah, the star, the star.
The star.
That star was the shit back in the day. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Who,
been a fan
who
since.
who's your favorite player, past and present? Give me a past player and a present player.
Man, I really don't have any favorite players, but of course, when you think about uh the Cowboys, I mean, it's just a group of them: Ed Too Tall Jones, Everson Walls, Tony Dorsett, Deion Sanders, Irving, or Aikman. It's just
Blitz.
yeah, it's no. I don't have a favorite. I have a favorite team, and they play for my favorite team. That's all it is. And
Right.
CeeDee Lamb, Prescott. I like Prescott. I think he's a good quarterback. Probably hear different from somebody else, but Prescott is doing great in my opinion. Had one
He-
bad season, and everybody getting on him for that one bad season.
He's a very polarizing Cowboy, I think, because I have a coworker who's a Cowboys fan, and he can't stand Dak. He's. I'm like, who are you going to get that's better? Like, that's
Who's
the
gonna
problem.
get this better? I mean, your dude just signed with Atlanta. Man, who was that to sign with Atlanta Falcons? The
Kirk
quarterback.
Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, man. Kirk Cousins hasn't done nothing. Not one thing. That cat getting paid.
He got a
Been to the
bag.
playoffs one time and lost, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, there's only one elite quarterback in the NFL right now, in my opinion.
Mahomes.
That's it. That's it. My man in Buffalo can't win. He can't win games. He's not winning. He's not getting over that hump neither.
Yeah. The
I mean,
AFC.
he's winning those games, but he's not getting. He's not getting to the bowl game.
Yeah. The AFC's got a tough road with Mahomes in it, and then even me being a Niner fan, you gotta beat him in the Super Bowl more than likely.
Well, I think y'all gonna struggle with Dallas this year.
We'll see.
I
We'll see.
don't know. We got to make some moves, man. We still. I hope they pick up a O line guard or tackle, in a D line interior D lineman, and then a linebacker. And I think we should be good.
Yeah.
Probably a receiver late in the rounds.
Could use a running back too, I'd say. With
I
Pollard
think
gone.
we just need some guys to block up front, man. I mean, when I look at the Cowboys last year and having shit, I can't even think of his name. Um, it wasn't a lot of holes up front for that cat, man.
Pollard.
In my opinion, Pollard, yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't a lot of holes up front for Pollard, man.
Yeah, because you guys used to have a really strong O line with
Yeah,
there's like 3 or 4 guys who were like all pro level players.
yeah, but that was all based on I mean, pro level, but not making it to the Pro Bowl or pro level, all pro. But they go on by stats, preseason stats, and this and that. You know, I really didn't think they were all that. The last great old line we had was back when um Emmett
Larry
was
Allen.
huh?
Larry Allen.
Yeah, that's when Emmett was running the ball, man. I mean, that's it. Larry Allen was clubbing cats, so
He was a monster.
monster.
So what do you like about fantasy football?
Um, just the camaraderie, being able to talk shit to people. I mean, getting on there, showing your skills. I during the season, I really don't do too much trading. I don't really give up a lot of players, or I don't do a lot of trade. I'll probably trade about 3 or 4 times, maybe add somebody here when I need something. But I think I do a hell of a good job drafting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these last 2 seasons with this in this league, nobody expected me to win the first one, but and then I came back and came in third last year. I'm like, I didn't even think you text me, hey, what do you want me to do with the money? I'm like, send it to me. I didn't even think I won. I
Yeah,
mean, I didn't think I made it.
you were the regular season champ this last year, um,
Yeah, yeah,
with a 12-2 record.
yeah. Had those pieces, man. McCaffrey's a beast especially when he's healthy. Let me see let me look at my squad. Who I got on here?
I got a couple notes. You got a pretty solid quarterback room because you have your boy Dak and Lamar, and
Yeah.
that will hold you over for a while. And then you have Aaron Rodgers, who's who'll be a good like bye week fill-in if you had to. But
Hmm.
I think Lamar and Dak are both really strong quarterbacks.
Right.
Um, Running back, you have like you mentioned CMC, and him going to the Niners was probably one of the best things
Right.
for
Right.
you. He's stayed healthy. But then you also have Kyron Williams, who came on real strong last year
Right.
for the Rams,
And Aaron Jones.
and Aaron Jones, who I think is
He's
going
in
to
Minnesota now.
be just as good, if not, he'll be just as good with Minnesota as Green Bay. I think they're going
Yeah.
to utilize him.
Well, he's great out of the backfield, man. He's great when you throw the ball to him
Yeah,
as
and
well.
then your receivers are you got two studs at the top of your receiver room with Amon-Ra St. Brown and AJ Brown. I think those two are your studs, and then you got some young talents with like Jamison Williams. I think is going to be up and coming. Alec Pierce, he is up and down with the Colts. And then you have Deontay Johnson, who's got a fresh look going into Carolina. Uh,
Hmm.
could use a little bit of wide
Don't,
receiver
don't
depth, but
don't forget Calvin Ridley.
Calvin, I do have. He's on my notes. Calvin
Yeah.
Ridley.
Yeah.
Where did he sign with? With
Tennessee.
Tennessee. They don't have a wide receiver one, so that he slots in as a wide receiver one. I think that's
That's gonna be big.
I think you get, like I said, maybe a little bit of depth at wide receiver could have a little use, but your tight end room's pretty solid too. You got George Kittle, who's still going strong, and then
Hmm.
you got your number one draft pick last year, Michael Mayer, with the Raiders. I think he's going to be due for a breakout eventually. Um, Not everyone's going to be the Sam Laportas of the world. With
Right.
they usually say like tight ends take 3 years before they really like come
Yeah.
into their own. So I think Mayer was a very highly touted draft prospect.
Hmm.
So I still think there's a lot of potential there for him. So you still have a solid squad.
Yeah. 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 It's solid, man. I just see what these this rookie thing looking like. I think I'm looking for probably I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, because you're all the way, you're at pick 8, so you got a lot of picks ahead of you. You don't want to say exactly who you want to fall to you at 8.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
But,
say.
but luckily, this draft does seem pretty loaded at like wide receiver. There's a lot of wide receivers in this draft. I think are going to make an impact.
Right. Quarterbacks too.
Quarterbacks, yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of good quarterbacks. Um, with us being a one quarterback league, though, it makes me wonder like when's someone going to take a quarterback? Like who's going to take Caleb Williams first? That would be
Hmm.
interesting. Because it's like in the other dynasty league that we do with the work one grocery, it's a you start one quarterback, but then you have a super flex position where you can
Yeah.
play a quarterback. Compared to our league, being only one quarterback, it makes it harder to be like, oh, I need to get another quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what are you guys thinking about voting for? See about Superflex?
If anyone wants to propose it, we could propose it. I think I've read a lot about it, about leagues going from one quarterback to super flex, that it needs to be a multi-year process to
Oh,
let the market kind of adjust and give teams time to prepare. Like they usually say, like if it was voted like say this off season,
mhm.
it wouldn't actually go into effect till like 2 seasons down the line,
Oh,
two or
okay.
three seasons, because then it changes. Like me with the number one overall pick, it would totally change like who I would draft.
Who you pick? Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Wait,
so
you got the number one overall pick?
yeah, I have the number one overall pick. I tanked it out this year for the number one overall pick.
Yeah, you were trying to trade. Yeah, yeah. We need to. It has some rules about that too.
If we want to have anti-tanking rules, we can.
Yeah.
I set a valid lineup every week.
Well, I mean, you did that, but you was trying to give up some guys.
I was, I had to rebuild somehow. So I was sending out like Stephon Diggs to everyone, seeing who wanted to be a buyer.
Yeah.
But
Wait,
sometimes
he's for the Texans now.
he's on the Texans now. I think that'll be good for him. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to rebuild. Like
Yeah.
that's the one thing I do like about Dynasty. Compared to redraft, like redraft, it's like, okay, well, next year I'm just a whole new team. Like for me, when I was looking at my roster specifically, I was like, okay, Stephon Diggs, like I'm not going to win this year. I'm not going to win next year, more than likely. So try and trade him out. Like I was almost looking at it like a real NFL team. Like who's going to help me win in the long term? Okay,
Right.
if I can get something of value for them, get rid of them. I'm gonna keep my young guys. I'm gonna keep my young wide receivers that I have, and try and just build around them.
Okay.
That was like my strategy, and so especially in this draft, I'm a huge Marvin Harrison Jr. fan. He's the number one overall pick. He's who I'm taking at 101.
That's who you're taking?
Yeah, hands down.
You don't need no quarterback? You don't need a quarterback?
Nah, I mean, I could use a quarterback, but I ain't gonna use the first overall pick on a quarterback.
Oh, you don't need no quarterback. You got Deshaun Watson and
I got
Purdy.
Kyler, and I got
Tyler. Yeah.
and Brock.
Nah, you're good.
So I need a running back, to be like frank, but there's no running back worth taking at one
in that
more.
first pick. Yeah.
It's a value. It's just a value thing. There's just like last year, Bijan Robinson was that top like running back prospect that would be worth the 101. This year, I don't. The wide receivers are too good, so I'm gonna take Marvin Harrison Jr. and then go from there. I think he's a stud. So, but there's a lot of people who like Malik Neighbors just as much. So,
Yeah. I wonder where he's going to be playing at. Who do they have projected to pick him up?
I've seen him going 4 to Arizona. I've seen him going 5 to Los Angeles. Either of those landing spots would be like I think great. Pairing him up with Kyler would be good. Arizona doesn't really have a true wide receiver one, and then same with the Chargers. You pair him up with Justin Herbert, who's pretty good. So we'll see. The draft is next week, next Thursday at the time of this recording.
Right. Good.
So I'm looking
Thursday,
forward
good.
to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I'll be at work. Checking it out.
Get those phone updates.
Yeah, I don't have an IP. Yeah, so I'm excited about this league. I think it's a good league. I think you're doing a good job running it.
Thank you.
We just need to figure out get more guys to chat. But I can tell. I mean, I'm busy during the season.
Yeah, I think everyone's a little busy, but I think hopefully like this podcast will help get some off-season, preseason chatter going. Once everyone kind of watches and gets to like, oh, okay, that's who that person is. But yeah, well,
Did Sully win it this year?
no, he lost. He lost in the finals to
yeah, Sully, you suck. You suck, Sully. I haven't seen that cat in a long time, too.
Yeah. Yeah, he coached with us at Moreau the 1 year that my last year, and then he stayed at Moreau with you guys. So
yeah, he stayed there.
But yeah,
yeah.
So what
He
kind
didn't
of
stay around that much afterwards. He rushing to get back home. You look up, Sully already out the goddamn gate after practice. That boy was running home. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me jump back into one of these questions. We kind of talked about rules for the league. If you were commissioner for the day, what rule would you implement? What would be your one rule you would want to implement into the league? Could be a scoring change, could be a roster change, could be an anti-tanking thing like we kind of talked about.
Yeah, it'd probably be the anti-tanking thing. Yeah,
Well,
I don't agree with that.
How would you go about doing it? Would you change it to like the NBA lottery style?
You know what? I don't know what I would do. I mean, I would have to research something, but have to get rid of the anti-tanking stuff. The tanking. Just or are you talking about lottery as far as the picks?
Yeah, like NBA, like if
put everybody's name in a hat and pick the order out of that.
Yeah, like with like bingo balls or something.
Yeah, I actually like that. Even if with the NBA, what they do, they put the bottom 10 up in there. Is it the
Yeah,
bottom 10?
like I've looked into it for leagues. Like for us, since it being a 10-team league, it'd probably be like the bottom 4 teams, so the non-playoff teams, and then whoever came in last place would get like a certain percentage, and then second last get another percentage.
Yeah, I would do that. I think that works right there.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Next,
then I would keep the top 3 out of there. Everyone else would go in there.
So even some of the playoff teams could
yeah, even the playoff teams. The only people don't get in there are the 3 money winners.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, so that would be 7, all 7 in here. You want to tank? Go ahead.
That's interesting. We hopefully, if you want to propose it next time we do rule proposals.
Okay.
Every owner we can propose new rules and we'll vote on it. So
yeah, I need to get more involved in the when you start picking player of the year and stuff like that. So yeah, I haven't been involved in that. So
yeah, we started, and it's kind of like a test run in the grocery dynasty league, the other dynasty league I run.
okay.
With the player of the year, like the rookie of the year and the MVP, starting next off season, we're going to try and implement like a Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
So if we raise the buy-ins for that league like $5 each, and so after the off season, like each owner can propose one of their players to be nominated for the grocery league Hall of Fame, and then all the owners will vote on the top 5. You get 5 votes, and the top 5 vote getters will get inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So I'm kind of doing it as like a test run in that league to see how it works and see what people think. And if it goes over well, I might try and bring it over to this league.
Yeah.
Just something fun, like some random fun things to try and keep engagement and keep things going.
Oh, but another thing, because when you take all of the money and you divvy that up with because you do the weekly,
The bounties.
yeah, the weekly bounties. Do you take the weekly bounties out of the pot?
Yeah. So when we did
Okay,
the
so
math,
that's my thing. I want that pot to stay the pot, and then if they want to be in bounties, just add that extra at the beginning of of the season.
so do like a side pot for the bounties.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Chad said something similar along the lines of
Okay.
what we were talked, because he's the one who proposed last year that whoever wins first place in the regular season wins something. And that's what we changed from year
Oh,
one to
that's how
year
I won
two.
something. Oh, okay.
That's how you won $50,
Okay.
and I think you won $5. I think you won one of the bounties.
Well, I thought I came back and beat them that last game too.
I looked at the payouts the other day because I had to do the math to see what everyone's buy-ins for the next year are.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. No, you got $50 for third place and $55 for winning the regular season.
Okay. For
So
last year. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. I didn't see my thing is I didn't even think I was coming in third place. I thought I lost that last game and then a miracle happened.
I think everyone thought you were going to win it all at one point, man. Your team was rolling.
Yeah, somebody else's team was rolling too at the end. Who was that? How do you go back and look at the last year stuff?
If you go into you hit the little gear and then you
Yeah.
can hit previous leagues and you can look at it.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, that last game I won 177.3 to 177.08.
Yeah, that was a
I'm
nail-biter, man.
like, how the hell I win that? Huh?
Dash. Yeah, because he had CD Lamb in the third place game and DJ Moore. He had 50 points with two players.
Yeah, Lamb and D Moore. Yeah, yeah. I should have played Jackson that game. That boy went off.
Yeah, versus Miami, 36 points.
36 points. But anyway,
Yeah, and you lost to the eventual champion, the person who ended up winning it all. So that's kind of like makes it a little bit better. But it's tough, man. Like I think like fantasy football in general, you could have the best team on paper and lose in the playoffs just because your team had a bad week.
right. Or some guys went down.
Someone gets hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of luck. As much as I don't think any of us want to admit it's a lot of luck.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's a lot of luck.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let's kind of get back into your team a little bit. Who's
Okay.
who's your one cornerstone player? Like if you that you want to keep building around for the future, long term.
Um
Like if we had a um, expansion
I don't know
draft,
about long term, but
who you
I
protect?
think McCaffrey still got a few years in him. Um, I need some youngsters, man. Kyron looks like he's going to be pretty solid. Deontay, I don't, man. I I can't even say one because I feel like my roster is pretty solid. Probably Lamar Jackson too. I got to get him in there more.
Yeah, Lamar's he had a crazy year. Well, he
Yeah.
was MVP. He was MVP of the league. I disagree with that. I will. I don't think he should have won MVP, but
Who should have won it?
I think Christian McCaffrey should have.
Oh yeah, yeah. They need to stop giving the quarterbacks that damn MVP. That's what they need to stop. I think they give those quarterbacks that MVP every time, that's what's bringing their value up. Oh, the quarterback touched the ball every snap. I said the shit the center does too.
Yeah, that's true.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah, McCaffrey definitely should have probably. I wonder how that voting went. I don't even know how the voting went, but yeah, Caffrey. I don't think I have a cornerstone player, man. I think it's just you got to figure out how to put some pieces together, and I don't think you could build around one person in this fantasy football thing.
Yeah. One person's is tough. That's what I mean. In all honesty, it takes like multiple. Like on
Yeah.
my own team personally, like there's a couple players that I'm like, I won't trade because they're young. So like for me, like my cornerstone players, I would probably say are like Garrett Wilson with the Jets,
Hmm.
and Michael Pittman's like borderline. Like I would trade him for the right price, but he's young enough where I want to keep him around. And then probably like McBride as the tight end in Arizona. He had a pretty strong end of the season. I don't have too many cornerstone players though. That's why I have a lot of draft capital this year because I'm trying to draft those cornerstone players.
Hmm.
So who's your favorite player on your team?
Dak Prescott.
Dakota Prescott.
Nah. My favorite player is McCaffrey, man. He you got a running back that can run the ball well, and then he does a great job of catching the ball out of the backfield. Make guys miss all the time. He gets in the end zone. It would have to be McCaffrey.
Yeah. He's fun to watch. And
Yeah.
I don't say that just being a 49er fan. Like I've been a McCaffrey fan since he played at
Yeah,
Stanford.
Carolina. Yeah. Oh, Stanford. Yeah.
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 Like
Yeah. No, I've man, since McCaffrey been in the league, he's been on my fantasy football teams. Since
yeah.
he's been in the league, I've had him every year on at least one or two of my teams.
He's a game changer, man. Like I drafted him in a redraft league in 2019 when he went off for he won me that league like straight up. It was just
Yeah.
he's a game wrecker.
Yeah. He was able to stay healthy. I mean, I think this is probably one of his seasons where he was able to stay healthy throughout the entire season.
Yeah, that it's scary, man. Because the Niners give him all the touches. They don't spell him hardly at all.
Yeah, yeah. They need to
Oh,
put that. They need to get that other guy in a better rotation with him.
yeah,
So that he can last throughout the season. But when you need him in a game, you need him in a game.
yeah,
So
it's true. Yeah, the it is. I think overall, it's better if you can get a little bit of rotation going. But sometimes you do have that workhorse running back that you just kind of ride till the wheels fall off.
yeah, I like AJ Brown and Saint Brown too. Those are pretty good, solid receivers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kittle was a hit or miss this year. Um, sometimes they didn't even throw to him.
No, they got a lot of mouths to feed in that offense, but
Yeah,
when he did get the ball, he was very boomer bust.
yeah, yeah.
Like he had very big spike weeks and then low weeks though. Um, if you could steal one player from anyone in the league, any team, who would you steal?
And if you're talking,
Fantasy.
what I feel, I would get CD Lamb, and partly because I'm a Cowboys fan, but I like having the quarterback receiver option on my team because I kind of double up on those points. So I would get CD Lamb,
to,
was like
to pair him up with Dak. Yeah,
pair him up with Dak, and you double up on those points.
I mean, CD Lamb's he's killer. He's killer right now. He's
Yeah,
there. They say like that top tier of wide receivers is like Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, CD Lamb, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like they say that's like the top tier for wide receiver. So having one of those four already, and then adding your Cowboy CeeDee Lamb, that would be cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That'd
So
make it stacked.
yeah. I mean, whatever that matchup is, quarterback. I like that. I don't think Lamar throws it to his number one enough. In
No,
my opinion.
no, he well, it did hurt them with like Mark Andrews going down.
Yeah.
That I think that hurt them, but like they still have the Zay Flowers is up and coming for a wide receiver for them. Like,
yeah. I don't like running quarterbacks that much.
No, they're great for fantasy though.
Yeah, they're great for fantasy, but
not necessarily always in real life.
right.
We had our issues with running quarterbacks when we coached.
Right. Yeah. Well, we didn't have no choice.
Well, when we got a pocket passer, that's when we were winning a lot of games.
Yeah.
With Bo.
Yeah, Bo. You know what? That's funny. I was watching a video. I think it was that one game we were down like 30 something to 13 going into halftime or something. It was something like that.
We scored like 28 unanswered points after half.
Right. And then that last pass was to oh man, huh?
Ledesma.
Oh man, that was an exciting game.
On the rodeo.
Yeah. Yeah. So they got So I just watched it like an hour ago. I'm like, wow, that was a great play right there.
That game was nuts. Like
nuts. Yeah. I changed it up. I was blitzing a lot with the 2-man blitz and kind of running some man-to-man, and then I changed it up. In that second half, I was just blitzing one guy and playing some zone behind it, and then kept them out of the end zone for the whole second half.
Offense started clicking. Bo made a couple killer plays.
Yeah.
God, the running back that we had, he was a freshman at the time. He played linebacker too. I can't think of his name. The stocky kid, like.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. Always shake his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, he didn't last his senior year. His junior year they kicked him out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, he was the bowling ball. He was running through guys.
Yeah, that game was crazy. That was probably one of the craziest game I've ever been a part of coaching, where we came back like 28 unanswered to win.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. When I was watching, I was just smiling like, man, that was great, man. That was just a great look, man. I mean, it was some good. We played some great games. I enjoyed that time at Monroe. It was we did a lot of winning, but the last 2 years once COVID hit, it was a wrap.
Yeah, that was I didn't coach when COVID hit because I was already planning on moving and getting out, but like I still got shoot right up.
Oh yeah, mine's right here.
Our 12-1 ball. I have it up in our study.
Okay, good. Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, I have mine right here in my lounge. Yeah, man, it was. I think I got upset with you one time. The Logan game, where you had do the damn quarterback pitch pass back to the quarterback. You remember that?
Yeah, we
like who ran that play, man? We already won this damn game. You had Cotter.
I was a little yeah. Oh yeah, I did ask. I
like Cotter.
I was like, "Are you good if we run this trick play?" And he's like, "I don't give a fuck."
Like Cotter said, "I don't give a fuck."
I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna run this trick
well,
play."
I felt like you asked the wrong person. and I didn't know. I had no idea what was going on. And then I looked up and I'm like, what the fuck are we running this shit for? And so that was my um and I'm like, what? And then the coach comes at me, he's mad at me. I'm like, man, fuck you. Shit, y'all do this shit all the time.
A lot of coaches didn't like us at Moreau.
Oh, really?
Maybe
You didn't
because
think
it was
so?
Logan. Like I wanted to stick it to them because they thought they were hot shit, and I was like, oh, okay, you think you're hot shit?
Yeah. Well, we beat their varsity the year after
Yeah,
at at Logan.
yeah, I remember that.
But
Yeah,
those coaches had the what San Marin, those coaches liked us.
Sam Marin, they were cool.
Yeah, that was San Marin. Those coaches. I mean, it was some good games against those guys. It
Yeah,
really was. I really enjoyed that.
that year our JV team we were trying to put up points. That offense was potent.
Yeah, yeah, shit. Well, especially in the NVAL, shit.
Yeah, no, I mean even against the stronger opponents.
Oh,
But,
even yeah.
yeah, I mean
Oh, we
shoot.
played Mac. We remember when we beat Mac? Were you there when we beat Mac? The JV team?
Yeah, no, that was
Yeah.
the year our JV team was really good.
Yeah, I think our only loss was that Sacramento team.
Yeah, when God, I can't think the whole DeMar Hamlin situation. Remember, we had the same basically thing happen.
What? Say it again.
You know the Bills player that had the cardiac arrest on the field.
Oh yeah.
It was basically like the same thing that happened with the fullback that we had,
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
where he passed out on the field, and I
Yeah,
can't think of
that
his
was crazy.
like I remember watching the Bills Cincinnati game, and I was like, "This is so eerily familiar." Like
Yeah. Yeah.
that was weird.
Markel. You're talking about Markel.
Yeah, Markel. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was
That
crazy.
was scary. That was scary.
Yeah, that was something else. But
That wasn't a good game to play neither. I don't know why we played that.
no, they
Out
were
of our league.
yeah yeah. And then the next year we had to go out to Sacramento and play them. That was
See, I'm shaking my head.
we had some
I
good.
was like, fuck it, let's go.
We went all the way up to freaking Eureka.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, they need to start like for the playoffs. It probably needs to be a mutual, not a mutual, but a neutral ground, neutral spot, man. That's
Yeah,
just way too far. Cats need to meet halfway somewhere.
that was a long. I remember having to drive half the way up with a bunch of the JV kids. Me and what's the other coach that I'm blanking on his name right now? His mother-in-law was the AD.
His mother-in-law was the AD.
With
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. He's over there at Cal
he's
State East Bay with
yeah.
yeah.
I'm blanking on his name, and I
Yeah,
forget.
I'm blanking on his name. We were just chatting online about connecting and having a couple of beers.
But
Irwin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Me and him drove the JV bus up to Eureka, and we had to stay in the hotel overnight. And I remember going back to freaking Cotter's room and drinking after the game.
Oh yeah. It was some good times, man.
Win
Everybody, well, yeah, we.
or lose, we booze.
Huh?
Win or lose, we
Win
booze.
or lose, we drinking booze.
I think that's what a lot why we were so good as a coaching staff together, though, is we all got along, we all
Yeah.
had fun together.
Pretty respectful out there for the most part. Everybody got along. Everybody had a nickname. What did Brown call you? Brown called you something. You know, I still hang with Brown a lot.
Yeah, Brown's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. He's funny. He's funny.
Uh,
Yeah.
good
So
time. Good
yeah,
time.
enjoyed it, man.
So I
Thanks
got
for
two
being
more.
a part of that.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Well, I still got a lot of my old Moreau Catholic swag that I wear around. Remember, like my lounge around
Oh,
clothes.
okay. Yeah, I got all my shit in the bag. I don't wear it.
I just wear like it's like t-shirts when it's like pajama like t-shirts.
Okay, yeah.
I got two more questions for you. All right.
Got
So
uh-huh.
this is a league related question. What's one team in our league that you love to beat?
That I love to beat.
Yeah, if you can only have one win all year, who's that one team that you want
Man, Sully, man. Sully gonna be mad when he receives this. Man, I just want to be nah. I don't think it's any. I don't, man.
No real
It's not.
rivals yet.
I don't have a rival yet, but I mean, I know. Yeah, I mean, it's really trying to beat everyone, but I mean, who's ever on the top, who's ever ahead of me, would be that one team that I want to beat. Um,
That's like
but I do want to beat Sully every time I play him.
that's like I watched the Tiger. There was a Tiger Woods documentary on.
Mhm.
I think it was on Apple TV. And I think like Tiger Woods said, they're like, "Oh, what major championship is your favorite?" And he was like, "The next one."
Right. Like shit. I mean, why it's no favorite, man. I'm trying to win.
Win them all.
Yeah, I'm trying to win them all.
All
Yeah,
right.
I don't think he's gonna bounce back, man. His back is just
No, I actually looked. I was like, "Oh man, he made the cut. He's still kind of in it." And then round 3 and round 4, he did not play well.
well, at least he finished though.
Yeah.
You
No,
know, he hasn't been able to finish those things.
injuries just wrecked
Well, I
his
think he's still
career.
trying to hit the ball too hard. He need to just slow it down a little bit, just make contact. He's still trying to bang that damn thing off that tee.
Yeah, that Tiger the documentary I watched was pretty good. It was really
Yeah, I'm
really.
gonna check it out.
I want to say it was on. It was either Apple TV or it was on Max.
Okay.
Um. Let's see. Looks like it was actually. Yeah, it's on Max, HBO Max.
Yeah, I got Max.
It was good. Um. So kind of actually works out. I'm leading into our non-league, non-football related question. We went into the movies last night. We saw that Civil War movie. Um, wasn't that great. It was not like an action packed movie. I thought it was going to be more action packed. But just kind of going off movies, what's a good movie recommendation to everyone? Have you seen any good movies lately? What would you recommend to everyone?
And I haven't seen any good movies. Like, I mean, I get on. What's one? Shit, man. I don't even have time to really watch movies. Um, latest one. I don't have any recommendations.
All right, then
My life is boring. Nah, it's not boring.
what's your favorite movie then?
One oh my favorite movie is the Five Heartbeats of all time.
Yeah,
Five Heartbeats. It's because it's about coming back and making amends and you know having success and falling, dropping, and then still able to kind of bounce back after that and make some changes in your life. So that's Five Heartbeats, no doubt one of my favorite. Remember the Titans. I like that one. Football one. The trilogy would have to be Lord of the Rings. the best trilogy of all time.
Yeah. Did you watch any of the new Lord of the Rings that was on Amazon? They did like they did like a TV show or something about Lord of the Rings.
Oh, they did. I have to check it out. Is that the name of it? Lord
It's
of the Rings.
It's called like the Rings of Power, I think, or something. I don't know. I didn't watch it, but I watched the OG Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah. I watched the Rings of Power. Yeah, actually, that's pretty good. I just looked at it. And I'm on episode 8.
You're like, oh yeah, I did watch that.
Yeah, I did watch that. Yeah. No, I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. See, I think my favorite football movie would be Friday Night Lights.
Oh, Friday Night Lights. Okay.
Remember the Titans is good too. But I was Remember the Titans came out when I was like high school aged, so it was kind of like the movie when it was more my age. But I read the book too. The book's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. I just like a lot of shit, and I really don't have any favorite anything. Kids ask me, "What's your favorite food, Mr. Slocum?" I'm like, I like all types of shit, man. There is no favorite. I'm going if it's good, I'm going to eat it. Favorite player of all time? Is there a GOAT? I don't believe in this idea of a GOAT, right? I just don't believe in it.
Yeah, I mean that's one way to like look at it, because you could make the argument like for Tom Brady, but there's plenty of people who make the argument for like Joe Montana or Patrick Mahomes, or
Yeah, right.
it's all perspective, like when it comes to things like that.
It's more like a GAT, greatest or GOT, greatest of their time, right?
Yeah.
Like
It's like comparing like Kobe to LeBron to Michael.
I
Like,
hate that. I hate when they comparing that. I hate when they do that. Just doesn't make any sense to me. Especially when you have Magic Johnson that played all 5 positions.
yeah.
You had other oh man, what's my man to play for the Celtics?
Bird?
No, not Bird, but Bird was great. But he played for the Celtics before Bird, and he was a player coach.
He plays center.
Yeah, and he was the player coach. Russell, yeah, Russell. You can't get any greater than that.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, that's the GOAT to me.
Yeah, and I think he had like
dropping buckets on them, and you directing traffic, and you doing the subbing and all that. Yeah, whatever.
I think he has like the most championships too. Like if you wanted to just count like championships.
Yeah, right.
He has. He actually went to McClymonds. Just looking that up.
Yeah. Bill Russell.
Bill Russell. He won he was an 11-time NBA champion.
That's not the GOAT?
Yeah. That's why it's all perspective. It's all arguments. Like,
And I'm tired of hearing this comparison to Kobe and LeBron, and man, it's just, LeBron couldn't do it on one team. So what? I just think it's hard to go to another team and dealing with totally different people and winning a championship. I think that's harder than just staying on the same team.
Yeah.
That's my take on that. So anyway.
Makes sense. All right. I think that kind of wraps it up for us question-wise and everything. Looking forward to coming up. We got the NFL draft, and then sometime after the NFL draft, I'm going to work on getting a mock draft for our league. We're going to have a guest person on to do a mock draft for our league. And I think I'm going to try and set up. I'm going to Reno next week to visit with my mom and brothers. So I'm going to try and do my brother's interview podcast in person together.
Okay.
Set that up. So
yeah, man, we could probably do a Reno trip for the draft, next year, right? Or a Vegas trip. Let's do a
Oh,
Vegas trip for the
yeah.
draft. Because
No,
you right around the corner from Vegas, right?
only a couple hours. I
Yeah.
said if I hit the lottery, I would build like a big like boardroom and fly everyone out for like in-person drafts and meetings and shit. If I ever hit the
Yeah.
lottery, our league
because
will be popping off.
Yeah, that people are hitting that lottery. It go
Ooh.
all the way up to $1 billion. Somebody hit it. All the way up to $1 billion. Somebody hit it. I've been playing it.
Yeah, when it gets big, when it gets like 500-600 million, usually I'll like, oh, buy a ticket here or there, and then
Oh man,
after like 2
I
or
just
3
said,
months,
fuck it, I'm gonna play it every day. I mean, every week.
yeah,
Forget it. I'm just gonna play it every week. Put $5 on it, something, $5, $10 on it. Let's go.
yeah.
I could take that 10 million. I'll take that 10 million.
That's what my father-in-law said. He's like, I don't know, I'd take 100,000.
Right, I'll take it. Let's go.
But
I got to stop playing when all that money up there, like I'm gonna win it.
yeah.
Anyway,
but thank you for coming on. Thank you for
no problem, brother.
Part and looking forward to see where this league goes and keep it up and keep everyone involved and all having fun. So
Okay, all right, man. You're doing a good job, brother. Keep it up, man. And nice seeing your face.
yeah,
And hopefully, sometime down the line, we can host some kind of event with all the guys there.
yeah, that'd be cool. I think definitely something I want to do eventually. Get some kind of league meeting, trying to get everyone involved. So that would be cool. That'd be
Okay.
cool to have to work on. But,
All right.
all right.
The wife is calling.